Hey everybody, Buzz here. Another week, another set of theme videos. This week, the theme is Who is the Mole? So the theme is Mole. Now I want to stress right off the bat, if you haven't finished season 5 of The Mole, or if you've not watched other seasons of The Mole, you may be spoiled in this. So I recommend you go back and watch those before you watch this. So we're going to run through this. Obviously The Mole, very near and dear to my heart. Great series that I love to do, and hopefully people enjoy watching it. We just wrapped up our 5th season, and we're going to be coming back for a season 6 later this year. So anyway, first build by Mr. Techno Waffle. And you can see here he's got Bon, Pappy, Stig with their faces. Who is the mole? And then we got that little mole all jumping out there. Let's go down and take a look. See how happy this mole looks. Look at that. I mean, this is more of a traditional mole than like the one Minecrafty mole character I used. So very, very cool by Techno Waffle. Alright, this next build is by George the Jedi, one of our contestants. There was a book. That this did not happen in Star Wars, and I did not fight the mole this way. But I thought this would be a fun idea for my experience in the mole, made by George the Jedi and Stigman. Stig made 60% or more of this build. He is a great worker. So there you go. You can see the mole and George. George was in our previous season, not season 5. And, we'll let you figure out maybe what George's fate was in that season. But it looks like in here he's fighting the mole who has the red lightsaber. So I guess the mole is the Sith-ish character. And you see George right at the edge of the lava pit with the red screen behind him. Nicely done, George and Stig. Alright, this next one is by Poker Doge, and there's not a lot of reason to fly around it. It looks better from up above, and there was a book. So for this week's build, I decided to not build like I would normally build with a big build, but instead of a small, simple build of the question, who is the mole? But instead making question marks all over the place. Hope you enjoy, and do you know who the mole is? Because I sure do. Poker was in our current season of the mole, so obviously she knows. Maybe she's the mole. I'm trying not to be too spoilerish in this, but nice build, Poker. Alright, this next build, and I don't believe there was an actual chest with a book, or if there was, it's mixed in on the build, but this is by Flameball. And you can see here a bunch of the different seasons challenges. I mean, here was kind of the find it and build it. This, I believe, was our trivia room. To be honest, I'm not sure. Yep, challenge number 2, the brain teaser. And then up here, we have Pass the Rose. Beautiful fun course that they ran. You can see a thanks for the memories here. This is the first time we did it. And then you can see here the puzzle where you had to put the pieces of wool so they were all not able to touch each other, like horizontally or diagonally. So that was definitely a brain teaser. And then here we have the tower defense, where they were being shot at as they ran through the maze. And of course, favorite of mine here, Piggy Piggy. And then right above it here, kind of opposite, we have our back to school. And then we probably have the school in here. I'm not sure if there's an entrance. Yes, there is. So you can see this is the school I built. For my season, recreated, obviously. I can't get in it. There we go. Very basic build compared to what Kama did in our current season. And then up here, we have kind of the trivia challenge that Giz made with the big categories for the trivia. You know, the movies and all that random stuff. I think math or whatever. I forget all of them myself. But nice trip down memory lane of a bunch of different challenges. Nicely done, Flame. Alright, this next one is by Devon, 1974. There was a book. So this build I made, a mole coming from the ground. Simple build. I picked Stig because I guessed it. I didn't have time to watch, and it's long, so yeah. Well, I'm not going to say, I don't have time to comment, so yeah. Alright, so this next build is by UF Gator 107. There was a book. Because I think Pappy is the mole, because he has done many suspicious things to make me think that. So my build is a giant Pappy in his mole hole with a mole mask on. P.S. There are 6 hidden mole signs hidden around. So I'll leave that up to you, but here you can see Pappy wearing a mole mask with his nice little outfit coming up out of the ground. Obviously, UF Gator thinks Pappy is the mole. He's watched the season, I hope, and he knows. We got the question mark behind, so very nice job. All right, this next one is by Action, and there looks like it's a series of mole tunnels dig into this big hole, and I think we can go down it. And when we get down here, we see Pappy, we see Stig, we see Bon, and we see the mole. And it says right there, who is the mole? So very cute idea, integrating an actual mole hole, the mounds and all that, and our final 3 players. So very nicely done, Action. All right, this next one is by Maria Carson. There was a book. It says, "Hi Boz, I know this build is wrong because the mole is Bon, but I'm too lazy to build him. I built a really weird version of Stig, who I thought was the mole. Next to the mole, behind him, there is a recreation of his color in the Don't Get Trapped channel." So there's the color right there, then the pattern that he did. There's our beautiful mole. There's the scorpion that he built, and the Everybody's a Critic. And there is little Stig. Nicely done, Maria. All right, this next build, this is by Tinky Newt. There is a book. It says, "Hey, today I made the last 3 players standing in the mole that is on the cover. I hope you enjoy, and I think the mole is Pappy because in the episode where Alex got eliminated, Pappy said he thought that Alex was the mole, and he was going to stick with that. But Alex got eliminated that round, so I thought that Pappy is because he could have voted for Alex a lot. I hope you enjoy. Tinky Newt." So here you can see we've got Mr. Stig in the front, we've got Bonsane, we've got Pappy, and we've got the mole back there looking very, very lurky. And this little spot here, it basically says stand there to become a player in the mole. So very nice idea. Nice job, Tinky. Okay, this next one we gotta get a little distance here, but there was a book, and this is a dual build. It says, "Hi Boz, Joey here, Billy Bob Joe 8995, and me and my friend Animal Geek made this build. We decided to build all of the former moles bottom, the former winners middle, and the final 4 from this season top. This is my 3rd build on, and this is her first. We think we did a good job for our first few builds and hope you like it. Your patron, Joey." Well, you did good. You know, you can see here we've got 4 of our moles down here at the bottom. We've got Piper, Wolf, Swippen, and Danny. We've got our final people here. We've got Piper in the back, DeSille, I believe that's Mike Maestro and Cody. Yeah. And then up atop here, we have Mr. Pappy, Mr. Bonsane, Alexander, and Stig. So a nice idea and a nice build. Kudos to you two. All right, this next build is by Amgus 97. It says, "Dear Boz, this is my very simple build. Today I made the mascot of the entire series, the mole, with the theme being who is the mole. This is the first thing that came up in mind. Hope you like it. Hope you like my build." And I do. Although the mole does seem to be a little happy here, but he's got his light on. He's got the question mark over his head. He knows who he is, or she is. Coming up out of the ground. There's some signs here that say, "I'm always watching you. You are next to be eliminated." So some of the messages from the mole. The mole is very sneaky. Who is the mole? Do not be fooled. But that's the mole's job to fool. So nice job. All right, this next one's by the Flying Angel. It says, "For the theme, who is the mole, I decided to build the mansion from Season 1 and Season 5. I didn't get to finish the exterior of the mansion of Season 5 up in the sky, but it has almost everything inside. Hope you like my build. P.S. I'm still going to finish it after this theme build and make it a final product. Helpers, Pappy Laz helped with his room a bit." Well, here we can go in to the mansion just like the players do. I'm always amazed at the level of detail you guys do. Obviously, you have to cram things in here. It's tough when you don't have as much space as the original mansion. Funny thing about this mansion, not this particular mansion, but this mansion from the season, is the fireplace here caught the mansion on fire a few times and burned it down when they started adding fire spread. So that got a little bit tricky. And then if we go up here, we can see some of the players' rooms. Got some banners hanging in there, some decorations. But let's fly up, because you always want to fly up. And here we have our mansion, obviously fit to, or size to fit. Mansion. This mansion is a very big mansion. Here's our pool room, which that's a long dive. And here is the elimination room. Nicely done, cramming all of that in there. Here's the dining room, and we do have the connection level here. And of course, going upstairs to the players' rooms. And obviously he didn't get it finished, but again, a really nice job. Kudos to you, and good luck finishing it. All right, this next one's by Infernal Killer. It says, "Hi Boz, for this week's theme, I made Bon and Pappy finding Stig climbing in his mole hole with Bon and Pappy's stolen redstone torches. This build was a lot of fun since it was my first week as a patron, so I had more room to build. Thank you. It depends when you are reading this, but if you see the name Infernal Killer, it is Bubba." The Bubba changing his name, like a lot of you guys do, drives everybody crazy, me especially. I think you guys do it just to torture me. But here is Mr. Stig coming out of his mole hole. And then we've got Bon, who's confused about where's his torch. And also Pappy, confused about where is his torch. And Stig is here giggling, calling him probably girlfriend, and laughing at them. So nicely done, Bubba. All right, this next one is by Lozatron or Lolzatron 444. There wasn't a book, so you can see their attempt at making kind of their version of a mole. So very nicely done. Got a cute little tail there, coming out of the mole hole. Got his little headlamp on there on his helmet. So nicely done to you. All right, this next one is by Emma Sue Curley, I believe. There was a book. My build is a throwback build from the Theme Build Week 30 pixel art. When I saw the theme, I knew I had to try to recreate the build for season number 5 of the mole. So at the top, you can see my pixel art of the mole watching over the players, and below you can see all the players walking to the mansion for their first day. The question is, who is the mole? I think it's Pappy. So you can see here we've got Alexander, age 17, student from Sweden. So we've got all the different players and their names walking up the mansion. And then we have our mole. This is our theme icon for the video itself. This particular mole artwork that was done. So nicely done, Emma. All right, this next one's by Little Mince Pie, and it says, "Who is the mole? Is it Pappy, Bon, or Stig?" And there's some signs here. Who I thought was the mole is what she says. A scrub, that's Stig, and obviously that's Pappy. And then Bon, who has an arrow pointing to him, is the mole. So you can see the names above. But a nice little job doing the 3D of the heads and pointing out who she thinks was the mole, who she said is the mole, and Stig being a scrub. So nicely done. All right, this next one is by Zombie Girl, and it's kind of it looks like a thing of listing some moles. So let's go over here. I think this would be the start. There was no book. It says Season 1 Piper Bunny, and then behind it is the mole screen. Goodbye Mole, Gizmo, Season 1. And then over here we have Season 3 Wild Wolf Mole. And then over here we have Season 3 Swippin' Mole. So that's kind of wrong. Mole, Season 2 over there for Mr. Wolf. And then Season 4 Danny Taylor. You can see like the eliminated players' heads. And then up here we have Season 4 Last Eliminated Laser John. Winner Cody. 3 Last Eliminated Kama. Winner Mike Maestro. Season 2 Last Eliminated DeSille. Winner Piper Bunny. And Season 1 Last Eliminated Wild Wolf. And winner DeSille. And then this is the mole's pot in the middle. And then we've got the question mark. And then we have Bond's head up above. And then we have, looks like Pappy's head on the top. Nobody's head on the bottom. Just want to be sure. We have Bond there. We have Stig. And then we have Pappy. So, very cool idea. Nice, nice tip of the hat to all of the seasons. All right, this next build, this is by Charlie Horse. And there is a book. It says, for this build, I decided to build the last 3 contestants in the mole, Pappy, Bond, and Stig. Inside each of their heads in the iron are the 3 rooms from Challenge 11. Pappy chose dirt, Bond chose water, and Stig chose fire. I also built a mole in the ground. It didn't turn out great, but it's something. I hope you enjoyed my build as I had fun making it. Well, I'm glad you did. Now you can see our mole in the ground. So here we are in the fire one. Oh, there was an entrance. I didn't see the entrance. So we went into Stig's head and we saw fire. And here is Pappy. Pappy really loved his room. He loved that challenge. He loved the parkour and all that stuff. That was really fun for him. And then, of course, here is Mr. Bonsanes. And then when we fly back up, you can see their heads. The mole. Very nice job. Way to go, Charlie Horse. All right, well, that is all of our builds for this video. Here you can see Yazzie, Jay had a build here. It looks like me and the mole and the hat. And lots of builds. Here's a build by the Audi. Looks like a mole, and it says Pappy. You got a little mole here coming out of the ground. This build by Pokel. We got kind of Stig here, and a partial Bond by Mr. Awesome. Mr. Awesome didn't finish. Got herself a mole with some diamonds by Orange Man. I don't know what this is here. If it's some challenges or something by Dylan Thin. And then we have me and Bonsane here by Holden. Got a little diamond square that never got finished. Total nerd, needs to step up your game. Love to write. Built a mole. We've got some other mole holes here by 2000 Cal. And Hey, It's Ella. We've got, looks like a parkour course here by Mr. Ed Tucker, the artiste. Big build. So it looks like he may have designed his own course. We've got, looks like Stig maybe here by W Zombie. We've got Giant Stig here by Havoc. So we got a lot of great builds. I encourage people to come on the server, build, download the worlds, link in the description of the video. You can check them all out later. I have a lot of people on here having fun, helping each other, building, joking around. Just pick a theme that you like, build. If you don't, come on and just hang out with people. And we really encourage you guys to come on, and we'll see you next week with our next theme.